Are you curious about the build, buy, and create a sim items coming in the Sims 4 Horse Ranch expansion pack? Hello, my name is Jennifer and welcome to my Sims 4 news video. So it's actually quite easy to find on the EA app, but I'm going to show it and share my thoughts about it and a couple of other things that I have seen over the last couple of days. But we're going to talk about the things that are coming first. So if you go through the EA app and scroll down, they have the included in this pack, which I have fully expanded, but it doesn't show it all without doing show more usually. So there are 148 Create a Sim items, of which when I did a quick count, 40 of them are for horses, and the rest are for Sims. But it's all sort of randomly through here, so it's not as easy to tell. Though I did notice there were 3 facial hairs, and one of the horse items was actually like a unicorn horn. So maybe that's how you're getting unicorns in the game. But so to start with, they obviously have the horse and some more horse items, but you'll see it all throughout the Create a Sim. It's kind of random how they have them in here. So like I said, I didn't really look. But one thing that I did notice is that the bandana, I thought that was maybe going to be part of like an outfit, but it actually looks like it's an accessory. So yay for that. And it looked like there were 2. So, and I couldn't tell. Sometimes I find it hard to see, but it looked like it was an adult that the bandana was on, i.e. that would be for teen and up. There was one infant PJ and a few things for toddlers and a few things for kids, but of course with 40 things going for horses, there's not as much for the other categories. So I had that up on the screen, and we're going to scroll down a little bit more to see a little bit more of that. And there's that unicorn horn, and then this little, I don't know what that would be, like a baby. Maybe that's for a baby, and then it's supposed to be small, and then it gets bigger. Let me know what you think. I'm just speculating on there. And there's that little sleeper for, to me, it looks like an infant, though they don't have the little cushion around it. But I also had noticed in the trailer that it looked like there was a sleeper for an infant. And there's these for, I believe that looks like a toddler to me. And I think I also noticed that in the trailer, a toddler wearing them. And you can see all the different features and options there for horses throughout here, including that unicorn. And I think I would probably use a number of these things with my Sims. So I'll have to see, obviously, the various swatches. That doesn't show that here. I'm kind of thinking these look like they're, I don't know if those are a toddler or a child. Can't really tell. I'm thinking that maybe is a child and that's a toddler for the boots, I mean. But it's hard to tell in this in this setting. I'm scrolling back up again, so we already saw up above. But I do remember seeing there's some boots. And so there's all the Create a Sim, and the main thing was the fact that there's 40 of them at a rough count that were for horses, and then the rest there is the other for Sims, and there's the other bandana kerchief that I had seen. I thought I had seen another one, but like I said, because it's kind of all over the place, I find it kind of hard to find. And there's that blanket that I had noticed, not necessarily that color, but in the trailer, something that looked like that. But it looked like it had a so I'm thinking they look like they're layered, right? So you put that and then that goes on top because this doesn't have the blanket. And I did notice in the trailer that they had like the saddle blanket and then the words are escaping me, even though I know what it is, over top of it. Anyways, I'm not a horse person, though I have been around horses sometimes, but I'm not a horse person at all. So we're going to move on to the build mode items, which there are 199 of them. And I'm thinking these first 3 are floors, but I did see some more things that look like floors further down, and that these are wall coverings, a ball, which seems a bit random to me, but a ball, various windows. Some of these windows, that kind of reminds me of the Seasons windows, to be quite honest, that particular one. But then it goes with this, and for me, it really depends on the pricing and how much I use them, because I tend to play a lot of rags to riches, so I tend to start my builds on the inexpensive side, and then I don't necessarily replace the windows later. But if they're cheaper, I'll probably use them a lot, and if they're expensive, I'll probably rarely use them in my builds, to be quite honest. But they might have had them be cheaper to help with the game changers who did the builds, because they had budgets they had to work in. So they might have had things like windows and wall coverings and floorings be not as expensive to help them in making their budget. I'm just, because I know in the past the landscaping used to be much more expensive than it is now, and then maybe cottage living, but I know there was an update before a pack and all of them went down in price significantly. And that was partially to help them with keeping their budgets with their builds, which then, came across for everybody. The only thing I find with that particular one is that if you're doing the Mansion Baron aspiration, it's a lot harder now because you're supposed to spend $5,000 on landscaping, which requires a lot more landscaping than it used to do because everything's so much cheaper. But anyways, there's that. So I noticed 2 double beds here. This one here strikes me a little bit like the bed that you get in the painter career. I think not the master of the real, but the other one, which I don't do, so I don't tend to remember what it is. But when you get to the top, you get this nice bed, and that frame strikes me as that, similar to that bed. And then you have a bunk bed, and then you had another couple of single, there's 3 single beds that are not bunk beds that you can see there. And, a chair that looks like a desk, so a living chair versus a dining chair. And I'm guessing this is an end table, some more chairs. It looks like an actual table to sit at and eat. And the standing mirror, a hall table, some cute decorations. I do tend to use those. Things with decorations is when my Sims have money, then I tend to use those types of things to increase their value. And there's that, thing for making wine, or nectar, I should say. That's what it will be. I'm guessing that's a bar table, like the bar stool height. And that looks like an ottoman. I'm guessing that's a rug. And this here seems similar to the community board that comes with Eco Lifestyle. So I'm wondering if there is some type of community board type thing for something that's coming with the pack. Just speculating there, of course. And yeah, some very cute things. I could see me even putting these in kids' rooms, because I like putting little baby animal type things in kids' room when I do them. And the shower that looks very much like the shower that comes with Outdoor Retreat. The sink, I think that looks a bit more unique. And randomly, a window over here. And some more like shelving. It looks like decoration. Not sure what that is. And I'm going to scroll down a little bit more so that I can bring some more up. And there is a bar. It looks like a desk to me. Another round table. I like round tables in my game, so I'm always up for getting more of those. Like a bench, a bar stool with a back. I'm thinking this is the back that goes behind the bar, from what I'm seeing. And then there's that upright piano that was showing in the pictures, one of the pictures, and probably in the trailer. I just don't remember. A set of doors. I'm thinking this is a rug, and I don't know what that is, to be honest. So some lights, curtains, I was seeing the fireplace, which is here, but there is the bathtub. That bathtub strikes me. There's a tub. If your Sims, I think, have level 9 of handiness, they can craft a tub. And that strikes me out of a nicer version of the tub when it doesn't turn out very well. So I'm thinking maybe it'll be better quality, and that shape is similar to some other ones. And also the Werewolves pack has a tub that is similar looking to that. So there's one fireplace, and there is another one further down, which isn't showing here yet. Then there's the kitchen. We have another set of cabinets, counters, and, obviously the cupboards up above. I don't know if I said it. I think I might have said that twice, but essentially then also the island there. I'm curious how that actually looks like when you have not just those pieces, because the thing with kitchen counters is that much as it looks as only one piece, it really is a whole bunch of pieces, because when you build it, you have your corners, inner corners, outer corners, and ends, And then with the islands, similarly, you have that, and same with the cupboard. So it actually ends up being a bunch of more pieces, and they don't necessarily always look exactly the same as how they show them here. So I'm very curious to see what they look like. Looks like more wall covering to go with that fireplace, and they did show someone roasting a marshmallow, so there is that. I'm thinking that that's maybe all you're going to be able to do. Maybe, unless they're adding like the ability to roast hot dogs that you currently can only do with Outdoor Retreat to this pack, perhaps. And I don't know if that's a wedding arch, or it looks kind of wide for a wedding arch, but you know, I don't know. And I like that, the way that looks. I'm guessing that's decorative, but who knows? And this, I'm not sure if that's like decorative or if it's a dollhouse or like a toy barn, i.e. dollhouse for kids. Actually, I think infants and up can use the dollhouses in the game. And, you know, some hanging clothes and pictures. And there's a rocking chair. So while you can get a rocking chair as a not a pre-order. I keep saying pre-order, but it's not pre-order. It's early purchase bonus. You have to buy by the end of August to get that, if I remember correctly. I know it showed up above, but I'm just going off of memory now. And I think this is for like probably training for jumping, or maybe it's just a fence. I don't know. I know I saw some other ones further down. No, I think that's maybe a fence. And some more decorations. And these here that I have my cursor over, they kind of look like storage boxes, possibly a little bit like the memento boxes that come with Growing Together, but I wouldn't think they'd be memento boxes. I'm thinking they're maybe, if they're not decorative, I'm thinking they're storage boxes. And that actually brings me to the point that a couple of months ago, someone who works for EA tweeted that the pictures going black is supposed to be fixed sometime. And then someone tweeted like last week saying, do you know when? Do you have an update? And he replied and said the 20th of July. Now that the pack, you know, information is out and been announced, you can say it's July 20th. Well, the pack comes out on July 20th. And usually the update is the 18th. So someone did say, do you mean the 18th? And he replied, maybe, but if not, check again on the 20th and then let him know if it's not been fixed. So, which also makes me think maybe they are storage boxes, because the issue is not just with the memento boxes, it's if you put the pictures in any storage boxes, including the memento boxes that come with Growing Together. So anyways, we're moving along, and obviously there's like a lantern, there looks like a horse trailer, which my guess is it's decorative, I would expect. A barrel, another door, and some lights, different types of lights. There's a few barrels, and I'm thinking maybe that's a flooring, though I think I saw something that looked like it was a dance floor, and I think I went over it. I might scroll up afterwards. A chimney to go with, you know, the new 2 fireplaces. And I'm wondering if that's possibly a sleeping bag, because I know I definitely saw something further down that looked like a sleeping bag. So sleeping bags, if that is the case, won't be exclusive to Growing Together. You would also get them with this pack. More rustic looking outdoor outhouse, pea or woohoo bush. I'm not sure if that's anything or decorative. So, and I don't know if these are like flooring possibly. And then that's probably for jumping over, decorative. And that's probably a gate, more decorations. I think more flooring, more decorations, some landscaping. So there's like a few trees and some grasses and whatnot. And then possibly wallpaper. And there, as I scroll down a little bit further, there is that second fireplace, which is kind of similar to the fireplace that comes with Snowy Escape. Not that it's the same, but it's like got that same standalone type of look. It does look different. I'm not saying it is. And then I love when they add the gnomes. They're so funny. So there's a gnome with a little wagon, which is very cute. And that is definitely, this one here is definitely a sleeping bag. So maybe that's like a kid's sleeping, a toddler sleeping bag. And this brown looking one is like for children and up, because they can all sleep in the sleeping bags. I don't know. And that looks like almost eggs in there. I know I'm scrolling back up. There's a lot of things. There's some cute things. I could see me using some of the things, and I just wanted to go back up. I think these here are dance floors. And then these are probably for the jumping horses too. And I'm guessing this might be possibly. I'm just speculating there. So anyways, there's all the things. and I'm curious what you think of them. And you can take a closer look if you go on to the EA app, and it may be available in other places to see, but definitely if you go onto the EA app, you can see it there. I didn't actually see it on the website, but I could have missed it there. But also just remember that the Behind the Sims is later today. I don't know when this video is going to go up. It may already have gone, but if it isn't, it's supposed to go live at 9 a.m. Pacific, which I'm in Eastern, so that's 12 p.m. for me. And I will link, just in case, to the actual Premiere video, which will just turn into the video after the fact, or the live stream after the fact. So it's a live stream that's pre-recorded, and it's 15 minutes. But I did a separate video with more information about it if you're interested in that. And I will be doing a overview video when it's over. But that's actually going to be it for this video. Likes and comments are always appreciated, and they really help with the algorithms. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!